What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fitset Ninja YouTube page. I know it's been a while since you saw us on there, but we have some exciting news. I know it's been a while, COVID's been crazy, but we are back. Race night is back, baby. Let's go!
Yeah, we got 3 courses, 3 different levels of courses, we'll say. One for beginner level, one kind of in that intermediate stage, and then one for the more advanced athletes. Every Sunday of the month from 6 to 7:30 p.m. we will be doing race night in here. It's available to all of our training team athletes.
We're going to explain how it works. It's going to be really similar to the Canadian Ninja League format, where there's a certain amount of obstacles. Each obstacle is worth 1 point. There will not be a retry rule in effect for these courses. You will be told the time limit for each course upon arrival. However, these videos will be available online. So just to briefly recap, you get 1 try on each obstacle. If you complete the obstacle, you get a point. If you miss the obstacle, you're just going to move on to the next one and try and accumulate as much points as possible.
Yeah, the whole point of this race night is to be practicing your competition, your ninja skills in a competition setting that isn't really competitive. We're all here to have fun on these courses. We will be tracking all of your stats, so you can see those after the fact, and we might even be posting those top 3 on the leaderboard at some point. Yeah, lost it.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. I think we covered just about anything. Make sure you guys are watching the videos. If you have any questions, bring them to us on the day of. We're really looking forward to having you guys out.
Yeah.
Let's get cranking up here. Let's go. Worlds is coming soon. Hey guys, I'm going to take you through course 1. This course is focused more on a beginner level athlete. So obstacle number 1 starts on this weight plate and ends on that weight plate over there. All you're allowed to use is the top of the beam. No sides, no floor, only the top. You'll get the point once you get 2 feet on the plate. Obstacle number 2, where you just ended, to that plate over there. Using the dumbbells, you can use them however you want. You can use the rubber, the metal, anything, as long as you don't touch the ground, and get 2 feet on the plate. From there, you're going to step onto here to start obstacle number 3. You're going to roll across to the big red mat. Be careful on this one. You'll get the point once you get your full body onto the red mat. I'm just going to walk to the other side. Obstacle number 4 starts on the big squishy red mat and ends on the red platform over there underneath the A-frame. So the floor is lava. You can only use the red blocks and the red 8-sided arm. You'll get the point when you get onto this last red block. Obstacle number 5 starts on this one and ends with 2 hands on the red bar on the top at the end where the green tape is. 2 hands I'm going to go through. Only allowed to use the rings and the hold. And the 2 red bars. And I'll get the point as soon as 2 hands are on this red bar. From there, you can come down. Now we're going to get into a couple difficult obstacles. Rope climb to that 3rd bar, or the bar underneath the rope. There's a piece of green tape on it. You only have to get 1 hand on that bar, and then you have to come down and get 2 hands on the bottom bar. I will demonstrate. 1 hand or 2 hands here is fine. Coming down, 2 hands on that bar. You'll get the point, and then you can come down. From there, you're going to step up to this platform. Your next obstacle starts here and ends on the same platform on the other side of the rig. You can use any of the bars or supports. You're not allowed to use any of the hanging rings or holds, only the bars and the rig. So you're going to figure out how you want to get from here to there. complete that obstacle. Next one, you can start from this, or you can start down on the ground, right here. We're gonna start swinging on this obstacle. What you need to do is lache to the red squishy mats over there without coming back onto this side. You are allowed to use the yellow pillar supports. So I will demonstrate. That would be a fail. All right, and in the case of a fail, you know what to do. Just go on to the next one, which is over here. Starts on the step, ends on the platform over there at the end. You're only allowed to use the bar, balance beam. You need to get 2 feet onto this platform. Okay, the next one is kind of a long one. Starts here where you just ended and ends way over there by where we started. So Kalia will follow me from here. Can't touch the floor. You can use the A-frame however you want. All right, once I get back to this position, I have these 3 foam platforms. And the black and purple one is your final obstacle. Be careful on this one. Doesn't need to stay, you just need to get to there. There we go. Once you get here, without touching the ground, timer will stop, your run will be over, we'll add up your score, let you know how you did. This is course number 1. Have fun, guys.
All right, course number 2 for the intermediates. Obstacle 1, starting on this riser step here, no starting behind. You have to get to the next riser step on the other side there. The only items that are in play are the tops of all of our wooden stride balancy beams, not these side supports, just the tops. There's 3 red and 1 purple, and you just have to get to here. Obstacle number 2, or point number 2, again starting on our riser step and ending on a riser step on the other side. You must use both of the PVC pipes. You are not allowed to dismount from the black pipe, okay? So rolling or however else you think you can do this obstacle, getting on top of our second PVC pipe, which will have weights there. They're not in play. They're there just to hold the pipe from rolling back at you, and your obstacle will end on this platform. This is in for incidental contact. If you hug it, no. Next obstacle, again, it's riser step to riser step. You must use this ring to get to that riser step. That is the only thing that will be in play. Again, contact on here, incidental will be okay, but if you hug this to save your life, no. Obstacle number 4 is our weave. We will have to follow the arrows on the ground here to pass through each of the 3 windows. So the first one, I'm going to weave around this bar. I can use my feet on the bars if I like. I then have to weave through this way, and then the final weave is around like so, ending on our parkour vault. That was point number 4. I'm just going to go with that. Point number 5, starting on the vault, ending on the red step past the next vault. What will be in play is our balance beam. However, on the balance beam, there is 2 strips of duct tape. That is the only area in play on the balance beam. Okay? You do not have to use the balance beam. No, you're not allowed to use the side support, just the top of that beam. So from our step to our step to our step. Okay? Obstacle number 6 starts with 2 feet on the slack line. Okay? It's not a starting position here. I have not started this obstacle until I have 2 feet on the slack line. If I fall from that point, you will move on to the next obstacle, which starts right here. Point number 7, might have lost count again, from this black platform to the other side of the 8-foot wall. You must go over top of the 8-foot wall, you cannot go around it. The purple balance beam is in play if you need it, as well as this big box in front of you. There will be a small gap between here. If you want to live down there, you can. And up and over, landing on your mat for the end. Now, let me reset this next obstacle quickly, because it is our sandbag toss. I have left 3 sandbags here for you. You can use as many or as little as you need, tossing them wherever you want to get to our circular platform on the other side. That will be point number 8, probably. Next obstacle, point 9, will be a multiple of things in play. I looked behind me, you went that way. Every bar that has the tape, now this will be a different color come race day, probably a nice green. Every bar that has the tape is in play. Notice that the bar that the canes are on does not have any tape on it. So if you want to go this way, you'll have to utilize our canes to get to the next bars. We do have this bar in play, as well as the other bar attached to the wall. Again, using any combination of these items, you can use feet, you can use hands, you can grab any bar that has the tape on it, right? And you're having to land on this, whoa, ninja step right here. Hands will be allowed for the dismount. Point number 10, this is a 2-point obstacle, okay? If you do not successfully get that first point, you will not try the second point. This obstacle starts again on your step. Nice easy transition to our little platform in the middle to get to our ninja holds. We'll have a ring, T-grip, small ball, ice cream cone, grenade, 2 nunchucks, and then the first point is slapping or having contact with the big cannonball at the end. No brushing on the ground. Incidental contact here will be called if your feet accidentally brush the ground on the judge's call. Again, if I tap, I've now gotten my first point. I can now start my second point. The only thing in play on the second point is the holds, the rig, the outside of the rig, okay? You are allowed to use feet on the black support. Your hands will not be allowed to grab any part of the rig past our green tape. From this point, you must utilize our ice picks to get across the rig in a fashion that is suitable for you. You are allowed to use the rings. You must dismount onto our final ninja step. To here.
Yay.
For the second last point. Final point, you must make contact with the heart of the ninja shack. Any bar is in play. The ninja shack is in play. Just climbing your way across. Any part of the shack is in. You must touch the heart before you touch the ground. Good luck. Did you zoom in on Steven's face? All right, course number 3, the advanced course, as we're going to call this one. Starting on either of the first 2 cliffhangers, your goal is to get both hands at the top of the climbing wall. The only holds that are in play is the red cliffhangers and these wood colored, because they're not painted, cliffhangers. So just this lane going straight up, there is no feet allowed on this obstacle. Next obstacle, moving over to Cody.
All right, obstacle number 2, you're going to start in this taped off shape with X in it. You need to get from here to where Dylan is standing on the trampoline there. You can only use the PVCs, and once you leave this box, the PVCs cannot touch any of the taped out marks. find your way, get to where Dylan is.
Obstacle number 3. Starting on our trampoline here, you have just a limited number of holes in play. You have our 2 rings on the side of the trampoline here. You have our red handles on the flying squirrel. It's the only thing in play there. You have our fidget spinner, which will be reset to the same spot for everybody. And then it ends hanging on this black bar. You do not have to be faced this way though. You can be faced the other way. And that'll be obstacle number 3. Obstacle 4.
If you need to take a bit of a rest, as long as you're off the ground here, this is okay. Shake the arms out. Obstacle 4 starts right here. You have the 2 canes. You'll notice that on the rig there are 2 taped out marks. One right here, one right over there. You need to start hanging, fully hanging with the canes before this taped mark, and make it fully hanging past that taped mark over there to receive this point. Obstacle number 4.
Once you have gotten those, what are we calling those, ice axes to this point, you are allowed to use the rig for your feet to climb on down. This is actually the start of this obstacle. You are not touching the ground after. You have a balance beam here, just the top of the beam. Not in play at all. No incidental contact is allowed. You'll see that more in this obstacle. You're not allowed to touch this block at all. You'll have to get over top of this block and onto our silver keg full of water. Again, no touching our block. The keg must pass or touch this yellow tape before you dismount to your final beam. Okay? So you must have the keg at least hit this mark. The judge will say, good. When you've gotten there, then you can dismount how you please to there. The only thing in play is this beam. These red poles, you cannot incidentally touch them at all. Those are out. You'll have to balance your way through only the top of the beam, and you will have to make it just onto this part of the frame. To get there, we do have our circuit board here with these metal holds in play only, not the board itself. Okay? Again, our final position is onto here. And we'll move to Cody for the next point.
Next obstacle is going to start on this platform here. You're going to start here and end with 1 ring on the bottom ring toss over there in control, hanging. Okay, what's in play, what you can use, only the PVC on the outside of this set of devil steps. Okay, you can't use any of the wood or anything, only the PVC to make your way up. The wooden dowels only in the gibbons. You'll notice that there's 1 missing. Good luck. And then the rings only, making your way down. Both hands on the final ring, hanging in control to get the point on this obstacle. Over to Dylan for the next one.
Next one's a nice short one, maybe a gimme. Probably not though if you're me. Starting on this balance beam that I just fell off of, you're gonna get on top of our stop sign looking thing, and you are going to have to roll, if Kalia wants to take the camera to the other side here, you are going to have to roll this item with your body on it, obviously, past our tape on the ground. Everything above you is out of play. This only thing that is in play for this obstacle is this stop sign shape itself. When it is passed, you'll hear the judge say good, and you can start that next obstacle, which I'll just start this one because I'm sitting here. Starting on this block, now if you do end up falling here, this is your starting platform. You will have to push it up to here. Okay? Starting on this block, you can use these silver bars if you need to get up to this black bar. The end of this obstacle is going to be hanging on the last black bar. All the silver bars that are past this black bar are not in play. So again, you can use these to get to the black bar, but then you have to go to red and then to black. The silvers will be out. What are you doing? That will be the end of that obstacle, and we'll take it to Cody for the start of the next one.
All right. Balance extreme. You're going to start on the red squishy mat. You can't touch the floor here. The only thing you can use are the 2x4s on end, the PVC to get to where Dylan is. Now there is one special rule that we learned from our friends at Fitset. Once you engage this obstacle, if at any point one of the blocks knocks over, even if you don't touch the ground, you won't get that point. So these have to stay on end until you get to that final destination.
Nice. And just to add that in, it has to stay on end until you get to this destination. If the PVC pipe happens to knock it over after you have landed here, we'll allow that one to go, but only for this one. Okay? Final obstacle, starting on the weight or just beside it. You're not allowed to take even a slight step back to get more run up. Starting on this weight or right beside it to the very top of the 14-foot warped wall. 2 hands at the top of the wall. You are not allowed to use any assisted of the little grips to get to the top. It is just 2 hands to that top for completion, and that will be the end of the advanced course. Good luck.